2,200 hours. That's what the schedule was telling us that we needed to earn that day. What we were earning was around 1,187. The gap was there from day one. Everyone knew it, but nobody was saying anything. If your team's working hard and your project's still drifting, you know exactly what that feels like. The reports and your meetings all say that you're on track, but you can feel that constraint. It's just that nobody has named or acknowledged it. The fix, I wrote a number on the whiteboard every morning, just the earned value, so that it was visible daily. That single act changed the attitude on the site. Project controls has had this data for decades. It's just never put the right signal in front of the right person. For the problem gets 3 weeks old and becomes bigger than can be managed. Floodlit changes that. You upload your schedule, Claude reads it live, maps your constraint, and identifies what's at risk. It builds a dashboard in front of you, and it can all be done in under 60 minutes. That's exactly what happens in the Floodlit workshop, and you walk out with a system so that you can run it daily. There's only 5 seats, and if you want to know where your project is drifting, message me the words Floodlit, and I'll send you the details so that you can lock in your spot. 2/3 of every construction project outage that I've ever been on burns, at times burnt before the team can actually perform. Then all of a sudden it's over. And what do? We start from scratch all over again with a new team. The Blue Angels, which are a high performance flying team, I'll show you a clip on that in a minute, fix this in 4 months with an annual turnover of 50%. So only ever half of the team that's in the team at the time has been there for 12 months. Fix this. The mechanism isn't talent. It's what they call the debrief, a process called ORCA. Today we're going to run an ORCA on the back end of this, of course, on real problems that I've got building construction school. You'll see exactly how it creates conversations as I go backwards and forwards with my old mate Claude. You watch how it works, and then you can take it and run it on your own project. All right, let's see what Blue Angels are doing.
How many of you have seen the Blue Angels fly? They're pretty good, right? They fly tight formation, 18 to 24 inches off each other's wings, right? Sometimes inverted, always down at 500 feet, and over crowds of sometimes up to 700,000 people. It is a eye-watering, impressive sight, is it not? Did you know that the average tour length of a Blue Angel is 2 years? Every year, half of the team switches out. So 50% of the Blue Angels team swaps out every year. Half of them are brand new, and in a mere 4 months, they train to near perfect standards. How is that possible? How is it possible to accelerate your learning to such a degree that within only 4 months you can accomplish what they accomplished? I will tell you, it's a debrief, surprisingly, or not.
4 months, and to get to the
How
point,
many of you?
she actually said near perfect there, they prefer the word flawless, operate flawlessly, as in they get the mission done. The objective, whatever they set out to achieve, they achieve it. So 2/3 of the job is gone before, as I said earlier, before we can perform, right? The project team is buried under reports, meetings, logs, permits, emails, forms, updates, checklists, submittals, and reviews. Ever seen anything happen like that? Before we work out what's going on, how the information's supposed to flow, what the best way of doing things is, we're in trouble already. The schedule's already behind. And it tends to be in that last third where you make all of your traction, get all of your performance. How is it then? If 100% is flawless, that, and we're saying 66% of our time, we never ever get on construction. I've never worked with a team that's operated flawlessly, as in they achieve their mission like the fighter pilots do, 99.9%, 99% of the time. They achieve what they set out to do. I've never seen it anywhere near that in construction, not even close. If we're doing really, really well, we might hit somewhere around about 75%, 2/3 of what we do. It takes us 66, this is my observation, 30 odd years doing this in the industry, 66% of our time to get to anywhere near performing as a team. Okay, they have the same thing, they can get to flawless in 4 months with the process called ORCA. 2 states, 1 gap. Most teams never ever cross it. They're stuck in that forming start. They've got no standard debrief. Very few people, or if they do a debrief, there's not a framework around it. Certainly not a framework like ORCA that is surfacing the issues, the constraints, the stuff that's stopping the job moving quicker and removing it. This is not about crucifying anyone. It's not about hanging anyone out to dry. It's not about throwing anyone under the bus. This is about who's struggling. Where do we not perform as well as we could have? And how do we help them move from that forming into the performing side? One project that I did this on was something super simple that turned it around, was literally writing the EV number on the board. The EV number was terrible. We were forecasting, the schedule was saying we should be doing somewhere. That video at the front there is spot on. Somewhere between 22 and 2,500 hours per day is what the schedule says we're supposed to be doing. We're doing, on average, 1,187. It was anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200. We're stuck in that forming part. Not through any fault of the teams. There was no pre-preparation done. The pre-planning, the mobilisation to site was a disaster. Okay. When that EV got on the board, within 60 days, we doubled that. I didn't even know about the ORCA process then, didn't even know that it was a thing. I had a background in Scrum and also understood Lean, value-added activity versus non-value-added activity. It was around about that time I'd started studying theory constraint by Dr. Eli Goldratt as well. I merged all of those things together, and the one thing that came out of it, and there's always one thing that constrains you, was to get that EV up on the board, get the conversations happening around it. Everyone knew we were underperforming, everyone was just ignoring it and going, it's not our fault. Debrief is a bridge that moves from the forming to the performing, and it does it quickly. As you saw, the Blue Angels do it 4 months. They're doing something a little bit more technical, dangerous, and harder to perform than what we're doing in the construction industry. What we do in the construction industry isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's also not rocket science. Okay, 14.4 minutes every day is all it takes to run a debrief. It's not a meeting where everyone lounges around and throws out ideas and echoes what the other person said. You've seen those guys on Instagram. It's a trigger to take you from that forming stage into performing. All right, teams become high performing because they learn together. So you give them a visible number, you create a daily conversation around it. We need a scoreboard. Are we getting better or are we getting worse? When we do that on a consistent basis, we consistently do it, that's when our teams start to form. It's not just time together that's creating it. It's how well we're learning together, how well we're challenging each other to do better, fix our mistakes, correct what's gone on in the past. Stealth Team Lab inside construction school, of course, is where we do that. All right, so let's have a look, because it's not performing where it should be at the moment. So I'll show you exactly how. This is the upgraded version of the whiteboard that I run these days. So this has every stat on it that I need to know about that will keep this project on track. So I've got a time frame there, 46 days until this needs to be achieved, until this mission needs to be done. I know what day I'm on. I'm on day 200. Actually, I'm not on day 200. I'm on day 203. So I've had a couple of misses, and I'll show you how that flags up in a minute. Critical to me getting people into the Stealth Team Labs is watch time on YouTube. About 48 minutes for someone watching my content. If they've watched that amount of content, the probability of them coming and joining construction school, signing up for the Catalyst Academy or the Stealth Team Labs goes through the roof. So that's a key metric that I track on the right there. I've also got a number of, I just have to drop some stuff down here so I can see what's actually going on. Engagement is crucial. Are people engaging in construction school or not? Floodlit workshop. How many people have gone through that? At the moment, we're sitting at 0. How many conversations have I had about the Stealth Team Labs have come out of the Floodlit workshop, which is coming up very, very soon? Am I doing training, getting better myself every day? My Misogi. So I've done 30% of the most recent one. I can see everything that I need to see here at a glance in the morning. This actually triggers a reminder on my phone, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. So at 5 o'clock it triggers and says, go and have a look at the dashboard. Look at the numbers, even though you don't want to, even though it's uncomfortable, even though the numbers don't say what you want them to say. All progress begins with the truth. This dashboard is the truth. Recent day live streams. So day 66 was a yellow, 65 was a yellow, 64, 63. Yellow means that I did my ORCA, but I didn't do the live stream. I only get a green if I do both. That's going to change. There's going to be 2 reds there because I've missed 2 days of doing my ORCA, which you'll see how that updates in a minute. YouTube watch time down the bottom here, it's telling me, it's pulling data back from YouTube and telling me these are the videos that people watch. How 1%ers drive exponential results. That one actually racked up about 50 minutes last week, but as you can see, the watch time's way down this week. I need to do some work on that. Lean culture simplified. And as the famous Captain Jack Sparrow said, the problem's not the problem. The only problem is he never said that at all. Also, last week's, which was the 51 minutes in total, it shows me exactly, as you can see there, how 1%ers drive exponential results. Someone went and watched that twice. That's where we got that up. So there must be someone who's very close to reaching out, find out more about Stealth Team Labs or the Catalyst Academy. The rank inside the school community is 6,263. And that little heat map there is going to tell me whether people have engaged in the community or been in the community that day or not. Everything I need to know, the critical drivers, as Keith Cunningham calls them, that are going to create the effect that I want, which is the 5 seats, 5 people in the Stealth Team Lab, are all there in one place for me to quickly and easily see them. Righto. Why do we run the ORCA process? I'll let Christian Bukosis tell you why.
This is the most powerful tool on earth. As an organization, we helped 3 NFL teams win the Super Bowl by teaching them how to use this method by coaching. It's called debrief, and it's only 4 steps. Intention, expectation, or what we call objective. Reality or results, what we call result. Curiosity, or what we call cause, the cause of this gap in performance. And action, what am I actually going to do about it?
Objective, what are we setting out to do? Setting out to get 5 people inside the Stealth Team Labs. Results, at the moment, we're not getting enough YouTube video watch time. We're not getting anyone reaching out, and we haven't got the Floodlit workshop up and running yet. What's caused that? Number one constraint that I've had has been around internet. I've only just got a decent internet connection here so that I can start running this live, and I'm in a place now where I can push that out. Also didn't have all the stuff that I needed done for it, so I've got the video that you saw at the start of this video, the promo video. Got the website now, so you can go and have a look at that, Floodlit, FLOODLIT.LIVE. That's up and running now, so people can go there, see what we're going to show them during that session. And what else didn't I have? That's pretty much it. Causes, actions. The actions moving forward is to now start creating all these posts around getting people to come along to the Floodlit workshop. Right, so we're going to do a debrief right now with Claude. I'll do all of mine with the AI because this tracks it. So when I said to you before that the dashboard flags up whether I've done my ORCA or whether I've done my live stream, it's because it talks to this, sends data at the end of this session to a spreadsheet which updates the dashboard. I'll show you exactly how that works. Just a minute. Ready to go, Claude? Claude. This is how I keep myself on track. This is the reason why, this ORCA process is a key reason why I'm now currently in the position where I have done, I've done following Taki Moore's format. I've got a little splinter, something for people to reach, put their hand up and say I want to learn more, which is called the same page prompt. Take a dump out of P6, your schedule, convert it into Excel format, then you run a certain prompt that I've got with Claude. Claude goes, reads through it and goes, this is the stuff that your project should be working on to keep it on track. I keep looking at that camera over there. This is why it's I'm on this one. This is what, no, it's not showing up where I want to. Did yesterday's action get done? Yesterday's action was the 4th Floodlit session, first thing. Yes, it's actually like the 6th Floodlit session now because I missed 2 ORCAs, which you'll pick up when you push the data through. So let me just have a look at the dashboard. Days 67 and 68 are going to be a miss. They're going to be red. But yes, I have done the sessions first thing in the morning, all days. He doesn't know what day he's on yet. He hasn't figured that bit out. Good sessions are running even if the log missed a couple of days. We'll sort the dashboard data later. Home. You asked me that because I used to do a lot of travel. I'm on site at the moment, obviously, but I was doing a lot of traveling, and every time I did traveling, it was a high risk period where I could miss. So I had to take the recording gear with me and stuff like that to get it done. Did you do 2 practice runs before going live? I have to be honest. No, I didn't. Didn't even think about it. So this is part of the ORCA process. He'll say to me, why didn't you do that? No, to say that a lot of practice runs miss. What was the objective today? The objective today is to do my weekly live. We also have, now we're going to start speaking to the Floodlit workshop because we've been staying on track with what we're supposed to be doing in the morning. Got a promo video done and we have a website up and running for people to go and sign up. Now I just need to lock in the date when I'm going to actually do it. That's a big result. Promo video done, website live for sign-ups and live running right now. Winner gap. Win. 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 Oh, it just keeps putting win in there. Come on. Fat fingers. Hitting the wrong button. Definitely a win. What drove getting all this done this week? Switching my focus, setting the priority first thing in the morning that the working on the floodlit workshop was going to be the priority. So I hop up, don't do anything else. I go make a coffee, then flick my laptop open and straight up, open Claude up, and we get straight into it. Got little transcription errors there, but he'll pick them up, sort them out. Morning ritual locked in, coffee, laptop, Claude, floodlit. No decisions, no friction, just a standard execution automatically. It sits in organisation culture, 6 sessions in a row by making it the first thing every day. One action for tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to lock in the date of when I'm going to run the floodlit workshop. Perfect action for tomorrow, lock in the floodlit workshop date. What is the objective for tomorrow? The objective for tomorrow is to get the school and the LinkedIn post up, which will be for the next week's content. Can't remember the exact trajectory where we're heading with it next week, but we did do it this morning already. Good content already planned this morning. Just got the post up. Actually, it was around that video, the Blue Angels video, on the amount of time that takes us to get a team up and running. Strong Saturday. No, it wasn't. It's something else. Think of it in a minute. Promo video done. Website live. 6 floodlit sessions in a row. Live complete. The workshop is real now. It just needs a date. Lock in tomorrow. That's the next domino. See you tomorrow. Tap the log session. So we'll log that session. How's that day 65? Get out. That just said it logged day 65. That's incorrect. How does it come up with that number? And what number should it be? Got a little improvement opportunity here. Something doesn't work as well. We stop and we fix it. Session number is in the log link, isn't actually tracked by the logging system. The Google app script just appends a row. 65 you're seeing is likely what the script, if assigned sheet had 59 rows. Open the sheet and check that value. Yes, we need to put something in place so this is correct and it doesn't happen again. I'll just update the dashboard while I'm here now and tell you what date that it pushes to it. And you need to go in, fix that sheet. It's sorted out. Day 201 and it's saying day 67 green, which is incorrect. We're at day 203. And day 201 and 202 should have been a red because we didn't do them. Got it. Here's a Claude prompt to fix everything. Claude code prompt. Paste into the VS Code. Do the following in order. Is this going to stop that happening again in future when I miss days? And how do we ever get a red day? How do we get to a point where we got this issue in the system? Let him explain himself. Should not have happened. Good question. Let me answer both. Why did the red days happen? When you miss a live, the log link doesn't get generated, so nothing gets written for the sheet that day. The dashboard then has no data for that date, and it keeps either skips or showing nothing.
There's no mechanism that automatically logs a missed day as red. It only knows about days you tap the log link. Why did the numbering get out of sync? 2 reasons. Some sessions were logged twice, some sessions were never logged at all. So the sheet row count drifted away from the actual ORCA day count. Has started happening again permanently. 3 fixes needed in the prompt. Add to the prompt. Do not change anything else. At the end of every session, include days with no live. Always generate a log link. If it was missed live, set live no in the link. Never skip the log link. Every session get logs, win or gap, live or no live. That stops the gaps every day in a row. Should it not cross-reference the date? This is what should be happening. Why is it not cross-referencing the date every day so that it can go, did you miss a day? Just to confirm. When things don't go to plan with AI, you just tell it to fix it. Absolutely right. That's exactly what should be happening. It's not the gap. Here's what should happen but isn't. Start of every session, I should check yesterday's date against this sheet and say yesterday was 13th of 6. I didn't see a log entry for that date. Did you miss a day or was it logged somewhere else? That would catch every missed day automatically. The reason it's not happening is the prompt doesn't include that check and I don't have a live read access to the sheet from this chat to do it automatically. Fix 1, add to the prompt. Do not change anything else. At the start of every session, state yesterday's date and ask what was yesterday's logged. If not, was it a missed day or just not a log? If it was missed, generate a red log link for yesterday before running today's brief. Fix 2, Claude close, cross-reference script. This is a proper fix. A script that runs daily, checks the sheet against a full date sequence. Want me to write that Claude code prompt now? That's the permanent solution. Yes, write the permanent solution and give me exact instructions on how I implement it. All right, you don't need to watch any more of this. When you're ready to jump on Floodlit Workshop, reach out with the words Floodlit and I'll send you the details. Speak soon. I'll do a quick recap on what you need to do to know to be able to work out your PM's capacity. Number 1, need to switch their thinking and know whether he is a task focus, cost focus. So at best, you're getting about 10% value add activity out of him, or whether you're getting someone who's up at this level up here, where you're getting 20% or more value added activity out of him. You need to know how much his context switching. He'd allow buffer in there, that 20% buffer out of his week. Then how much is he context switching? Work out how much he's losing to that. You need to understand what level of shit show that you're running. How much more stress are you adding on top of the constant context switching that he has to deal with? You need to know when can he plan this into his week. You want a copy of that sheet that I threw up before? I'll give you that, so that you can actually go and structure it hour by hour, day by day. You need to factor in, have we got this process in place yet? Or when can we get this process in place so that we can start moving this 10% higher, up 20%, 30%, whatever it may be. At this point, you're either thinking, when have been his help with this? Which is, or you're either thinking one or two things. How I operate is, I operate as a wingman and a catalyst. So the wingman, the reason I say wingman is because the wingman's got your back. Helps you create alignment to make all this happen, and he knows the traps. He's been there, done this before, he's seen all of the traps. He can help you avoid it. I do 3 different levels of that. So if you just want a PM who can sit on some monthly calls, he goes to construction school, skool.com/scrum. $500 a month. He can jump into a big group environment where he'll learn stuff, pick stuff up, teach him this sort of stuff. And I'll work with him a couple of times a month inside a large group environment. Next level we go up to is 5K per month. That's a bit more, it's a smaller group environment, and I'll work with them weekly, checking that they're getting these things in place and this has all happened. Last level is 18k a month. This is for the people that want to really motor, want to take off quick, particularly early next year. That one, it's custom built to what you need in your business. I'm not going to say I'm going to turn up on these days or this time or whatever. It depends what you need. You might need a lot more attention early on in the piece to help you get some traction, to help the flywheel spin, and then we might back it off. We custom build both of these, the 5 grand and 18k. It's not locked into this is all you're going to get and that's it. We custom built those two pieces of the puzzle depending on the skills, whether this guy's actually a catalyst or whether he's stuck down here. If he's stuck down here, you're going to need a lot of help. You may have to remove someone that's stuck down there because they might never ever accept that they need to move up to here, up to the top, to be able to really make this thing sing.